Hey, this is Joseph Dunnigan, the Texas Rideshare Guy. I'm at texasrideshareguy.com. Go to the website. Also submit down below for a subscription to my YouTube site. This is my first video that I've made for my Uber business. And I say Uber business because I do not work for Uber. I do love the company. I think it gives a great platform for an individual to be able to start a small business. And I think of it this way. I don't try to work and try to make a certain amount every hour, because if you're an hourly employee, then that's what you are. You're an employee. I operate under profit and loss, which means I'm the business owner, I'm the boss. And I found a few tricks that have helped me make to $500 to $700 a week, driving about 8 hours a day typically. Usually I work Tuesday through Saturday. It just depends. Some days I'll take a day off, like Wednesday, to be off with my wife because she doesn't work on Wednesdays. But I'll still make $600 that week. I also do private rides. I can get private rides through my website, and I'm already starting to build a clientele of people that use me as their driver, and I make really good money doing that, and it means that I don't have to be logged into the Uber app as much. And if you're going to get out there and really hustle and make money, you can make good money doing this. Like I said, I'm making $500 to $700 a week, and it really depends on how many hours I put in. It also helps that I get those private rides. Now, one thing that I do that helps me, one, to keep the mileage down on my car, and keeps me from driving around all over the place looking for a ping, is I play a little game. And what I do is I set the trip odometer on my car to 0 every day. And then when I start driving, what I try to do is I try to match as close as possible the amount of miles that I drive every day to how many dollars I earn every day. In other words, let's say I make $150 in a day. Typically, the number of miles that I drive to make that amount is about 200. It could be more, it could be less. It just depends on how the day goes. But that's what I try to do. I try not to drive around excessively. And also another thing that I do, because I'm in business for my own, what I do is typically log in about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I wait for the first ping to come. As soon as first ping comes, whether it be UberX or Uber Eats, because that's all I can drive right now with my car. I can't even drive on the Lyft platform. My car's too old. But what I do is I wait for that first ping, and then I go on the delivery, or I go pick up a passenger. And once I drop them off, if it's a kind of a short to medium distance drive, then I'll start heading back to my apartment. I live in a town called Fairview, which is about 25 miles due north of downtown Dallas. And it's a real hot area. I serve the McKinney, Allen, Plano, and Fairview and Lucas area. I get a lot of rides. I get 15 to 20 rides a day if I work a full 8-hour day, meaning I'm clocked into the app for 8 hours. I can typically get 15 to 20 a day. And I typically will start heading back to my apartment. A lot of times I'll get another ping. Sometimes I don't. If I don't, I go back to my house. I get something to eat. I get something to drink. I use the bathroom, whatever. I work on my website. I work on my business, and I wait for that next ping. When that next ping comes, I go. And a lot of times what will happen is that one ping will all of a sudden set off another, and then another, and then another. And that's typically how I work my day. I don't go down to the bar areas in Dallas all that often. Especially uptown in Dallas is crazy to drive in, especially delivering food. And the reason why I say that is last Friday night, I did 2 food deliveries in uptown Dallas. and one of them was to a high-rise apartment complex that you had to go through security. There were 3 different buildings, and I didn't even get tipped from the person, and I think I made like $5 or $6 off the trip. So it's really not worth it. You know, driving around in that area, unless you're really just doing passengers only, and that's during peak bar hours is what I would call it. And then you're just taking people from bar to bar to bar. Now that takes a toll on your car, and it takes a toll on you, you know, doing all the stop and start and turning and all that kind of stuff. So I don't suggest doing it. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I can only do UberX and Uber Eats. I have a 2003 Toyota Avalon. It has leather interior. It's a nice car. My parents gave it to me. That's how I got into Uber. I was actually working delivering pizzas at Domino's. I had a 2010 Camaro, so I couldn't drive on the rideshare platforms. My parents gave me this car, and I got rid of the Camaro. And I've been doing this now full time since Thanksgiving week of 2017, last year. So I've been driving full time now for about 3.5 months, and I love it. And I'm looking for ways to make extra money. There's so many ways you can get money through referrals. And if you're going to do that, I suggest you get a website and tell your riders, tell your passengers about your website. Explain to them that you have a Uber business. You know, ask them to give you a 5-star rating. That rating really helps out. It really impresses people to know that you have so many 5-star ratings, and also will get your tips up as well. Again, this is my first video. I'm just kind of talking. I'm gonna try to make a video at least once every other day, if not every day. I'd like to get a few up every week. And share some of the experiences I have as a new driver, relatively new driver. Now, I am planning at the end of this year, once I get my credit repaired enough, I'm going to either lease or buy a luxury sedan and start doing Uber Select and Lyft Premier and also Lyft Lux. And I'll use this car, my Toyota, I'll use it for delivery and UberX on slower times. But that's all I have for today. Again, this is Joseph Dunnigan, the Texas Rideshare Guy. Visit me at TexasRideshareGuy.com. That's TexasRideshareGuy.com. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.